Guys, what's up? Today we got a review of Transformers Generations Thrilling 30s Voyager class Brainstorm. And yeah, he's based off the IDW version, I believe. And he's a nice little figure. He's got some issues, but yeah, we'll get to that later on in the review. Doing a quick little 360 of the figure, we can see that he's got a slight backpack, just basically the entire nose cone of his jet mode on his back. But it's not too bad. Overall, his figure looks pretty good in robot mode. Now, vehicle mode is a little bit of a different story, but we'll get to that. Now, his guns can peg onto a couple places on his back. Either have him have his guns like this, or peg them onto the nose cone itself. Now, in my opinion, I like to have them pegged into the screw holes on his back, just because I think that looks a little bit better. It's all personal preference. Now, he does a headmaster. So what's kind of cool is that they did find a way to homage the classic headmaster gimmick where you push his head down and then his tech specs appear in the bottom. Now they don't slide down like they used to, but you can see his tech specs fold up to become a seat in the vehicle mode, and then in robot mode they become the tech specs. So yeah. Getting into his headmaster mode, you can see that it is just his head folded up. But it is a nice little guy for the $16 I paid for him at Marshall's. And as you can see, he does have some paint issues with the blue paint chipping off. And his head is pretty loose. I mean, not like I can shake it and not have it shake around, but it is kind of loose for when it is his head in robot mode. And his backpack is just Brainstorm's head, so there's that. And yeah, to have a little bit of a size comparison here, let's move the camera down. Looks in there. Here he is next to a G1 Target Master. I don't have any G1 Headmasters or Headmasters, period, but I do have a lot of Target Masters. Or a lot of different Target Masters, I should say. So, move this down just a tad. Here you can see that there's G1 Nightstick. And he is a fair bit smaller than Nightstick. Here he is next to KFC's offering for Nightstick. I believe they call him Thug. Okay. Here he is next to a recent release for Target Master. Came with Scoop. And here he is with a little Armada Minicon, just because I thought that would be a nice little throwback to throw in. You can see that the Minicon is a fair bit bigger than him. And just because I got him the other day and I'm super excited, here he is with a MP10's Spike figure. As you can see, he is about the same size as Spike. So yeah. Alright, getting back to the figure itself, and moving my tripod back up. Okay. There we go. So, let's do size comparisons real quick. Yeah. There we go. Let's head back in. So you can see that it does make his head a fair bit wobbly, like I said earlier. Alright. Here he is next to... Let's get who can we get here? Here he is with a one-armed Superion. He's one-armed because I recently just did the air raid review. So, I've yet to transform into arm mode and forgot to before this review. But as you can see, Superion is a fair bit taller than Brainstorm. Here he is next to FOC Grimlock. They are roughly the same size at the head. I think Brainstorm's a little bit taller at the head, but at the nose cone, Brainstorm is definitely taller. There's that. Here he is next to a Generations figure that came out around the same time as this guy. So here he is with Generations throwing 30s Blitzwing. And finally, here, let's do a couple more here. Here he is next to the Combiner Wars Megatron, something more recent. The leader class right there. And here he is next to MP10. Alright. Now, transformation. First thing you want to do is take off, I think, what's his name? Arcana. And then just transform him. And I have him in a sitting mode that we can fly the jet. And then you want to take his nose cone up here and just unpeg it. Move his legs. Oh, let's do articulation real quick. Forget about that. Alright, so his head is on a ball joint just due to Arcana's ball joint there. He does have a soft ratchet joint for his shoulders. These wings are opposable just due to transformation. Or just due to, yeah, transformation. But you can't have his wings spread out like that. He does have a fake ratchet joint right there. Rotates at the arm. Bends at the elbow. A little bit more than 90 degrees. He has a double bend at the elbow just due to transformation. And a little bit of a hand pivot just due to transformation again. Doesn't rotate. No waist swivel. But as you heard earlier, he does have a heavy ratchet on his thigh, so it's nice. Bends at the knee, or rotates at the knee. Bends a little over 90 degrees at the knee. And has a fair bit of a ankle tilt. And these gigantic legs. Alright, and his skirt can move out a little bit just to allow him to get some more dynamic poses. Alright, so back into transformation. So we're going to get him back into a seating mode. Unpeg the nose cone from the back. Pull out his feet. Then you want to take his arms, just kind of get him out of the way. Move his feet back, or move his just lower body back. Peg in his nose cone there. And then his kneecap, or his knee guards fold up. Bend those in. And then fold his foot again. And then you gotta reach it all the way up to this peg hole right here. Next, you want to take his hands and open his hands, or open this peg next, or flap next to the hands, and fold his hands down. Go. Then you want to take his his arm, and then there was that double joint I mentioned earlier. You want to fold that along the double joint. And then there's a peg right on the side of his knee, so you want to peg it right on the side of his knee right there. Alright, go. And then fold these wings to your liking. I like to have them up a little bit. And then flip his nose cone, or landing gear down. And then you can flip up the tech specs, and then sit Arcana back and down here, and have him fly around this super oddly proportioned jet. It's just basically his entire robot mode, and then just the nose cone up here. That's why I prefer to have his nose cone or landing gear right here folded down in all, whenever I have him in jet mode. Then of course you can take his guns here, or pistols, and then peg them onto the side. And there we go. There is Brainstorm in his jet mode. And I really think that they could have engineered this jet mode a lot better. Just in my opinion, it's not the best that they could have done, but I mean, there's not much you can do. Alright. So, yeah. I feel like if they had, what could they have done? They could have somehow allowed these arms, or these legs, to kind of sit forward this way a little bit. Or if they had, found a way to better distribute his legs, I think that would have been better. Because get rid of the legs completely, then it does look like a very sleek jet mode. So I think it's just the legs that hinder it, and it wouldn't be hard just because the engineering is there. You've seen like Fans Project do it, Toy World do it, I believe. A couple others made a Brainstorm. So yeah, overall, I've been waiting to get this guy, and then now that I have him in hand, I think $16 is a fair price to pay. But anything more than that, I think you should pass on it. But that's just my opinion. If you like it, then if you're a Brainstorm fan, I would go hunt him down. But for me, it was worth the $16 that I paid for him. But anything more than that, I think it's pushing it. Alright, there you are. Generations Brainstorm. Thanks for watching.